So this is a first for me. Harvinger Studios sent out a little DM to my Instagram and told me they like my channel and they would like to send me a free figure of their new Savage Crucible line. And I almost actually missed this because I get so much spam in my Instagram. But they were very, very polite, and they also said I had no obligation to make a review or say anything about this figure. They just wanted to send me a cool toy. I agreed. And yeah, I very, very much do not regret accepting this, because this thing is awesome. Like, first off, we get this beautiful, beautiful box with this awesome art. I might as well get this framed or something, because this art rules. This is the Lemurian Royal Guard. And the first thing I kind of marked out over in the box is that I saw the jaw immediately, and articulated jaw. Oh, this is so cool. Like, this alone, love it. And you can actually open it kind of far too. Furthermore, everything about he feels hefty. He feels quality. It's kind of like it's harder than a Hasbro figure. It's more kind of like NECA in terms of like plastic quality. And I don't mean the plastic quality NECA used to use where everything breaks. I mean, like, he just feels very solid, very high quality. And like the paint job, absolutely gorgeous. All these lines, there's barely any slop. Actually trying to look for, there's some very, very minor edge slop here, but it's so hard to even see that I don't really mind it. There looks to be there's even some like light gradient here on the like belly part, and the stripes are all clean. But let's just assume that the paint is just spot on, which it kind of is, to be honest. Let's just have a quick look at the articulation, because that's kind of what makes or breaks a modern action figure nowadays that focuses on sculpt. So the head moves really, really well. It's on a big barbell joint, and get some tilt. Can be a little bit inquisitive. And like I said, the greatest joint ever, which is the mouth. The mouth inside isn't really painted all that well. It could definitely benefit from a red wash. I think also the teeth could be a little bit bigger on the inside. These teeth are really, really wimpy. So there's plenty of room, like, just behind the main teeth. So if they could, let's see, where do they go? Yeah, they actually go inside of this, like, half, like, oval. So they could probably make the teeth protrude a little bit more. Then, you know, the tongue could be painted, and maybe, like, add a nice little glossy shine to it. And just have, like, some darker reds in here. And, let's see, the arms, kind of exactly what you'd expect. But the shoulder pads actually work really well, because they're on a kind of like, they're pegged in from the back here. So they're gonna always kind of stay in position to the shoulder, but you can also be sure that it's never really gonna affect too much of the posing. He's got a swivel here in the upper bicep. It's a little bit tough to move, but I assume it's because the joint is just very fresh. And then he's got these elbow joints. It looks to be double jointed. I doubt they can get very far though. This is, yeah, 90 degrees is as far as you're gonna get in this guy. But the thing that really kind of hits me is, look how seamless this is. I think, like, the texture of the arm is really helping with, like, hiding the sculpt. But just in general, like, look here, you can barely, like, see a joint. And then still, it bends like this. Furthermore, it's got like a little swivel here on the forearm, another swivel here, and for holding a sword, he doesn't have like the hinge that goes like this. He's got this hinge that goes like this instead, so he can properly point the swords at people and stuff. I also just found out he has this butterfly joint here in the shoulder, so hopefully we can get him into some nice two-handed poses. That'll be cool with this big off sword. So let's see. Like, I think he can, like, if you force it, but it's not gonna look very good yeah, it doesn't look particularly great. He's not going to be able to, like, he kind of holds it like a baseball bat, and no, he wants to like lose the grip all the time. I guess that's something they could improve on a little bit. I mean, it feels really good. I don't really know how you would fix it, because it is a really effective butterfly joint. I think it has more to do with the fact that the elbows are like a little bit limited. So how do we, maybe if we twist it, if we twist the guard here a little bit, you can get a tiny amount of more motion out of it. But it's really nothing to, you know, scream to the heavens about. Aside from that, he's got a fantastic double joint here in the waist and like the upper torso. Looks to be a barbell joint. And the legs are kind of like, almost like classic Toy Biz. I know NECA sometimes use these joints, but it's just hidden by everything. And again, they've done such a good job on hiding these joints with these lines that I don't really mind that it is a ball joint. So legs go out about 90, slightly less. The knees, on the other hand, this is the first time you can really see the joint, and it doesn't really matter at all. Great bend. And then he's got ankle rockers and toe hinges, and he can also move the feet back and forth like this. Lastly, he has some tail articulation here, but I don't really think it's very good. I see he's got like underwear sculpted on, and it just, the tail just sticks out through a hole. But oh wait, you can actually move the tail even more. Okay, so my issue with this originally was that I thought it was like always like this, and you only had these joints here to work with. But it turns out there's another joint up here that's just really a little bit stiffer, and you can have the tail out like this, and it just looks fantastic. I guess the last piece of articulation, well, last pieces of articulation, all these little sheets to hold the sword are just rotating. I think they're on ball joints. Yeah, they're on ball joints. So you can kind of do whatever with them, and you can always be sure that they're going to move out of the way if you need them. Same with the swords up here. Speaking of the swords, it comes with 2 pairs of swords. I'm especially a fan of this big Urukai looking blade, and then he's got like a more elegant curved blade, and they all just kind of go in nicely like this. And because of this slit that's in all the sheaths, you can just push them in like so, and they're gonna stay there nice and secure. So if I were to say anything bad about this figure, I would say that sometimes, not always, because now of course when I'm filming it, he is a little bit hard to balance, because I think these joints are a little bit too loose. Like you see, I'm like barely touching it, and it's ever so slightly loose, and he wants to fall over. Now he wants to fall forward. I legit cannot get him to stand. There we go, now he's standing up. That would be the one thing. Maybe some stronger ankle joints. But aside from that, this figure is just insanely cool looking. You can also change out the hands. If you'd rather want some more conversation type hands, they are very tight. But when you actually do get them on, yeah, it's what you'd expect. It feels like, again, it kind of feels like NECA, but less fragile. So now we just pull it out again, put the hand back in, and we can show the bendiness of the hands. So one thing I hate about figures, this is mainly when it comes to import figures, because they are notoriously like harder plastic, is that when you want to put a sword in, the fingers don't have any give at all. However, this thing here has quite a lot of it, so you can just force it in like so, and he holds it very securely. There's like, I need to like apply a tiny bit of force to actually twist it. It doesn't feel bad at all. It's more like a testament to like how securely the hand is holding the sword. And then same with this thing Here, you just bend it out a little bit. And now he's holding it nice and secure. And these weapons don't really weigh much at all, so there's no added weight to him standing looking forward or anything, so you can kind of pose him however you want. Finally, there's one more thing I want to look at. Look how good these eyes look. They're just so clean. Finally, for the height, here he is next to two kind of like average Marvel Legends figures, which are in 6-inch scale, which is what most people kind of collect. So if you want a more accurate measurement, he is around, kind of just around 16 3/4. And if you want to go in inches, that is about just ever so slightly shy of the 7-inch mark. So he definitely works in a whole lot of displays. Yeah, not really my usual type of video, but I was just really impressed by this figure in general, so I figured I would make a little unwarranted shout out video. Actually, finally, it came with this. I'm not really sure if... So this is, it's called a Lemurian Guard. A Lemurian Royal Guard, if you will. And there was a little note that said, look behind the map in the package, and behind the map in the package was this. And this is a completely different character. This is Como of the Isles, and he comes with a nice little D&D type stat sheet. And as you can see, his stats are completely bonkers if you play D&D. Look at this. 15, 14, 17, 16, 12, and 13. Like kind of lowish wisdom, but man, this man rolled really well when he did his stats. And then, you know, just like some... And we got some nice feats and traits and actions and everything. So yeah, just a cool little, like as a big D&D fan, I love dorky extra stuff like this. I think it's really cool, but I wish it was an actual stat sheet of this Lemurian Guard right here instead of Como of the Isles, who I have no idea who that even is. I would also really like some female figures from this line, just like some female human figures, because we are in general sorely lacking those in toy lines. So I think that would be real cool. I did message them about it, and I said that they are being planned. I think that he also said that they're coming, or at least they're planned. So I'm looking forward to that. Definitely gonna pick some of those up if they look good. But yeah, thank you for watching and hope you enjoyed.